to some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button if you are new here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be as bad, because I don't be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I'm talking about y'all. You know I'm talking about y'all. Fix me that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Listen, do not forget to get your Black Girl vitamins. Use your discount code ReallyBTV for 20% off your first order. Again, if you have already ordered and you have a different email, girl, go ahead and use that other email, okay? But for all those that have already supported me, thank you so very much, and continue to let me know how you are enjoying the products. I appreciate it. Again, I use the Black Girl vitamins myself. I've been using the menopause ones, and I love them. Okay. All right. Let's get into the things of the things, child. Oh, Lord. Why is my camera blurry? Okay. There we go. I guess. Is that better? I still look like I'm a little blurry. Do I look better? What's up, Miss Toby? Look better? I don't know. I feel like it's still okay. That looks like it cleared up a little bit. Okay, let me say hi to everybody. What's up, Marnie? Hey, Nay, what's going on? The Informed. Yes, tell Benji we said hello. Hey, Ashley. Chuck said, listening to Maddie Rant's Pack review RuPaul's Drag Race. But wouldn't miss a try meeting. Oh, I appreciate you, boo. Was there an episode last night? It didn't. I don't think mine recorded. Was there an episode Friday? Was it the reunion or something? Tell me what they talking about. What's up, Dead Top? I already said hey to Miss Toby. Lock Queen. Hey, Savion. What's going on? Y'all come on in. And what's up, Star? Montrez. Come on in. Please do me a favor as you guys are coming in. Please hit that like button. I appreciate that so much. Come on in and take a seat. So look, y'all. What's up, Queen Robbie? Okay, Queen Robbie. Okay, that's what I thought happened. I didn't even see it. Okay, my DVR didn't pick it up. All right, I'm gonna have to go back and check it out because that's what I heard. I heard instead of doing a regular reunion, they were doing just a Lollapalooza where they was just everybody's gonna lip sync off. So I'll go back and look at that. I'm sure it was, interesting. Got home from work just in time. Hey, Corey, what's up, boo? All right, you guys. Thank you so much, Nay. Thank you. This is a new, I don't know I think I've had this before, but I just opened this up. I've had this before. This is maroon. It's Juvia's Place lip color, and this is maroon. And let me tell y'all this too. Y'all are always asking me what lip color I have on. So I have the last couple of videos, last maybe 2 weeks, I have been tagging Juvia's Place in my videos. So you guys go click that link if you want to buy some lipstick, because y'all know y'all always asking me about my lip color, and 90% of the time is Juvia's Place. So y'all can click that link and buy you some Juvia's Place using my disc. I mean, I get credit. I don't have a discount code for Juvia's Place, but I get credit for the sale. So y'all go ahead and do that too. For the people that always ask me about my lip color, y'all going over there and get that. Listening in the bushes. Well, hey, Miss Gigi, you done dropped down now. You ain't in the bushes no more. Y'all come on in. Thank you, Queen Robbie. What's going on? All right, where do we start? It's not a lot going on, but baby. All right, let's start here. First of all, I mean, as you guys know, the cruise is not sold out, although those prices are no longer available. Until the ship is sold out, the cruise is still available. If you guys want to join us, you know, we're going on a cruise February of 2026. But again, those prices are gone. Those prices are gone. But certainly, you can still join us, honey. You just have to give whatever price they're advertising right now. Did you do Beyond? Yeah, we did. Me and JB did Beyond the Gates yesterday. We did it on his channel, but I did share it out, Corey. So look on the community wall. I shared it out. But if you're subscribed to JB Says What, then we did it yesterday. We're alternating platforms, but I am going to add it to my playlist so that if you're looking for Beyond the Gates, you'll see all of the Beyond the Gates, even if it's on JB's channel or on Scotty's channel. You want to do books and bourbon? Okay, Janae. Well, let me do that too. So again, the cruise is still available. We no longer have those prices. Books and bourbon. Let me put the information up for everybody. And Janae, I can send you the link for the hotel. We do have a hotel discount code. I'll give you the link, and if it's a problem, let me know, and I can always call them and see if I can add more names. More rooms. But Books and Bourbon is going to be October the 10th through the 12th in Louisville, Kentucky. We will be, the hotel we're staying on is on Bourbon Row or Whiskey Row. We will be going to the book festival, which is curated by a friend of mine that I went to college with. She is also a writer. There will be workshops as well as authors that will be selling books. They sell books and it's all sorts of authors. Even though she's a Black woman that has curated this event, there are all sorts of authors for all sorts of age ranges and all sorts of genres. Also, when I went last year, there was the school system, the public school system was giving away books as well as the public library. So there were free books as well as books you could buy. And then they had vendors who were selling like book accessories, anyway, book accessories, child. All the things that go along with bookmarks and things of that like. If you would like to get the VIP, I'm gonna change it to the VIP package instead of the souvenir package. If you would like the VIP package, it includes a T-shirt. It includes your entry fee to 2 of the distilleries that we'll be visiting. It will also include transportation to the book festival, as well as swag from the book festival. It'll either be a mug, a bag, something along those lines from the book festival. That is $150, and that is due by August the 1st, so that I can get the sizes and everything for the T-shirt. You can Cash App that to me, but that doesn't need to be paid until August the 1st if you want it. You don't have to have it. Again, this is I'm gonna change the name to the VIP package, but that's what that is. So Janae, I can give you the link for the hotel, and if anybody is still interested, let me know. I can add you to the Books and Bourbon group, and that's where I've been dropping information. Okay, is it just me? I'm so over Real Housewives of Atlanta. I miss the days of watching reality with no social media presence. I keep telling y'all, they need to go back to, like, they used to want them to promote the show, but as far as playing out what happened on the show on social media, we got to get back to them not being able to talk about it, in my opinion. Hey, ReallyBTV and fellow tribe members, hit the like. Thank you. Yes, Katrina, hit that like button. It's 95 of y'all in here. I'm hoping to have like 75 likes. Remember, the like button goes up, 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 up. More notifications go out. More people come in, and we just have a good time. I do have an announcement to make. Somebody remind me in about 20 minutes. I need to vent about something, but I want more people to be here first. I do need to vent about something. What cases and cans with Daniel Cunningham? How you doing? Okay. Tawana Powerful. What's up, my love? Chuck. Hey. How y'all doing? Okay, so first of all, I want to say that it is being reported. I'm all over the Housewives show. Them talking about the show takes the fun away. Exactly. I think it takes a lot of it away. And it also takes the suspense away because, like I said, you end up, what you may not know everything that happens, but you know certain events, and it's just human nature that then we just start waiting for those events to happen. And once those events happen, then we're just kind of moving on to the next thing. We're kind of over it. So I think it takes away from their viewership. Honestly, I think they're hurting themselves by allowing so much to play out on social media. Because again, people just get over it. But that's just, ain't nobody asked me. So Garcelle, it is being reported that Garcelle has cut ties with all of her former castmates on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, including Sutton Strack, who we all believe, myself included, that they did actually have a real friendship outside of the show. Garcelle, they said that she just feels like she deserved better and she is just over it, And honestly, I'm not mad at Garcelle. I don't think Garcelle was actually friends with anybody on the show other than Sutton. But I can also see why she would no longer want to deal with Sutton, because Sutton is too busy trying to be, she's too busy trying to be accepted by, the cool kids. And it is what it is. It's kind of like, it's kind of, y'all remember that show Square Biz? Y'all don't. Y'all are not old enough to remember that show. My older people in the room might remember. It was Sarah Jessica Parker with probably her first major acting gig. It was a TV show called Square Biz with Sarah Jessica Parker and another young lady who I do not remember her name. I apologize. Charge it to my head and not my heart. They were like these nerds, right? They were the nerds in school. And then Sarah Jessica Parker's character started hanging out with the cool kids, and she sort of left her friend behind because both of them just wanted to be wanted to be accepted, right? It's sort of like that. They, you remember, people. I know the people that are in my I thought it was Square Pegs. I said Square Biz because I'm thinking about the song Child. Square Pegs. Thank you, Barney. I was thinking about that song. Her not speaking to the cast would have landed better if she would have cussed every last one of them out at the reunion. Well, listen, I think you still have to be professional. But I do appreciate the fact that she walked away. I'm always here for people walking away on their own terms. I'm always here for that. You never want to be the last person at the party. You never want to be asked to leave the party. You know what I'm saying? Right, Janae. I'm thinking about Tina Marie, child. But you never want to be the person asked to leave the party. You always want to walk out. So I'm okay with how she walked out. I'm okay with the fact that she chose to leave. I'm even okay with how she left it classy. At the end of the day, the Bravo network is bigger than Housewives. Look at all of these housewives who have gone on to do other things on the Bravo, NBC Universal. That is a whole umbrella. So you can't afford to burn bridges, right? So I can appreciate, and I'm not saying her cussing them out with a burner bridge. I mean the way she left, right? She's being very classy. She left her message and she ain't said nothing else. She ain't been down to the Twitter. She just been posted. Listen, if you follow Garcelle's social media, she's been giving subtle, she's been giving very subtle hints, not hints, but giving very subtle shade. But she hasn't been coming right out and just shading people. But she's definitely been dropping some subtle shade, right after she resigned as a housewife, she posted where she was getting these different awards, right? She posted about the different movies she's in and the TV shows she's on. I didn't even know she was on it because I don't watch it. I didn't know she was on that show. The big, what's it called, y'all? Anyway, she's on two series right now. She dropped the picture from her being in the Spider-Man movie. She's very subtly letting people know I am that bitch and I am a working actress. Survival of the thickest, that's it. And that I am a working actress. So what's up, ma'ams? How you doing, baby? I didn't do nothing to that. I ain't got nothing with your tooth hurting you. I had nothing to do with that. But yeah, so she's been very, very subtle, letting them know, listen, I'm booked and busy. So anyway, I still watch the Jamie Foxx show to this day. Child, listen, people, again, when Erica was making that comment to Garcelle about she must have already peaked or whatever in the 90s or something, girl, if you don't go sit your ass all the way down somewhere. Erica, anyway, moving right along, child, moving right along. Wait a minute, hold on. All right. Katrina said hold some rubbing alcohol in your mouth. Don't drink it, just hold it in there. Oh, okay. She giving you an old, these old wives, these old remedies, these old folk remedies, child. Try it. It can't hurt. It can't hurt, ma'am. Try it. See if it helps. All right. The Menendez brothers have gotten some good news. They have scored a resentencing hearing. You guys remember around like October, maybe September, October, there was a lot of noise going on about the Menendez brothers and whether they should get a new trial or get a sentencing, or they should not a new trial, if they should just be let out. That because a lot of information has come out about the father allegedly, which may confirm some of their stories about what they went through. Remember, we talked about the documentary about the Menudo, and how one of the guys from Menudo talked about being violated by the Menendez father, and how violent it was. We talked about that. So thank you, Corey. Thank you, boo. So with that being said, but what happened was, remember back in, I want to say it was probably like October, the current DA said basically they was going to let that carry over into, they were going to, thank you, ma'ams. I'm Gary Reader. Give me a second. They were going to let that carry over into whoever was the new DA. Basically, that's going to be their problem. If I don't win this election, I ain't got to worry about it. So they didn't make a decision, but it looks like the current DA made the decision that there would be a resentencing hearing. Remember, the Menendez brothers have been in jail over 20 years at this point. So there, a lot of people are saying, listen, based on the circumstances surrounding why they did what they did to their parents, based on the fact that some of the things that were reported in the media was not actually what happened, it was not accurate, it was very sensationalized, that had this happened under today's current climate, they would not have gotten the sentence that they got. So the Menendez brothers may be getting out soon. Who knows? Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am sent me a super chat. I didn't put a goal on this super chat. I should have put, on this video, I should have put a goal up here. Garcelle needs to learn how to return serve, because an Atlanta girl would have said, yeah, I was a working actress in the 90s while you were working the pole looking for an old trick to pay your bills before he dies. Child. Yeah, Nene would have definitely ate Erica Jane ass up. Hell, even Sheree would have ate Erica Jane ass up. And we know she get to stumbling and bumbling when it's time for her to read somebody. But hell, she could have read. Erica Jane is an easy read. Like, Erica Jane is such an easy read. Like, child, even Sheree could have read her. Hell, Garcelle could have read her. So, yeah, easy read. I agree, ma'ams. I agree. Right. That would have definitely been a good read. Freedom Menendez is. Okay. So there's that. You know what? So Xavier says, speaking of Sheree, people are rallying for her and Marlo to come back. What people? Who? See, here's what I have. Okay, I might as well go ahead. I remember I said I had an announcement to make. I might as well just go ahead and make this announcement. It's 145 people in the room. It's enough people for the word to get out what I'm about to say. See, this is where I get frustrated with the fan base of all of these shows, all of the Housewives shows. Y'all always say, we need new blood, we need new blood, we need new blood. And then when they bring in new blood, y'all say, oh, they need to bring back so-and-so. They need to bring back so-and-so. For the people that are saying we need to bring back Marlo, I bet you they were the same people who was saying that Marlo should have never been given a peach. Marlo should have never been elevated. She should have just stayed in front of the show. I bet you they're the same people who last year were complaining about Marlo. Now all of a sudden it's bring Marlo back. Why? Y'all been asking for new housewives. They went out and they butched out some new. They finally gave Shamia a peach. They found Britt. I don't know where the hell they found her, but they found her. They got Kelly. Like, what is it that, like, it's like they can't, no matter what they do, they just can't make people happy. You know what I'm saying? Sheree has been fired and rehired more times. Okay? Sheree looking for her 5 minutes saying she's still tied to Charles Oakley. Child. And nobody, and here's the reality. If they were to bring Sheree on, she would fumble. Nobody cares, Sheree. I mean, we don't care. So, yeah, that frustrates me. But here is my public service announcement. And this is not to the old people. This is to the new people. Now, I am thankful that, thank you so much, Dacia. I am so thankful that, you know, my subscribers are starting to go up because y'all know I was very stagnant for a couple of months. I think I figured out what the problem was, but neither here nor there. Technically, if they bring Kenya back next season, she'll be tied for the most fired housewife with Sheree. True that. For the new people, can I say something? And I know that y'all, how do I say this politely? I know that y'all think that we're just here for y'all's like beck and call entertainment. Like, I get all of that. And don't get me wrong, I love coming down here. I wouldn't be here if I didn't love doing this, okay? But here's what I get frustrated. I get frustrated when I do a video. And just because you mad about the topic of the video or you don't agree with my point of view on the video, then you proceed to just be ignorant in the comments. When we did that video the other day about Kenya, Britt, Mingley, and Portia, I said 5,000 times that Portia be lying. I said 5,000 times that Portia is a liar. So why was there like 5 or 6 comments in the thing talking about, so we just believe in Portia now? You know she lied. So you just listening to Portia. It makes me feel like y'all lacked comprehension skills. Like when you were in school, you did not get that skill. I just don't understand what y'all don't be hearing when I'm talking, because I'm very clear and I'm very articulate. Then there were other comments in there. People were like, all this allegedly stuff, all of this allegedly stuff. I need receipts. Ma'am, this is not NBC Nightly News. This is not investigative reporting. I never purported to be a news channel. I never said that this was a news channel. What receipts you talking about? What is it that you need to see? Because I'm very clear when I say this is what I'm, word on the curb, eye in the sky, rumor alert. I don't know what you want from me. What receipts you want? All of this allegedly and this may or may not be true. That's how I know y'all knew. That's how I know that y'all are new. I said when I was giving y'all that information, listen, hear what I'm saying, but listen to what I'm not saying. No, I said listen to what I'm saying, but hear what I'm not saying. And for the people who've been around here, y'all know that a lot of times when I come down here and tell y'all what I heard and allegedly, it usually come out to be true. I just got to protect my channel. Anyway, moving right along. I just had to say that because it was a bunch of comments. And I understand that this whole Kenya, thank you, ma'am's boo. And I do not put voodoo on people. Shut up. But I I understand that this Kenya thing is hot. I get it. And everybody has an opinion. Kenya, Portia, Mingley, Britt, I get it. And everybody has an opinion. Team Twirl and their feelings. I got all of that. But I just need y'all to do better. Anyway, moving right along. I just had to make that public service announcement because I got them comments this week and I was like, okay, moving right along. All right. They are reporting that they will be showing videos from the F-off tapes at Diddy's trial. Again, I don't understand why that's news because I feel like we already knew that. They're like 90% of the lawsuit, of the indictment against Diddy is connected to those videos. I don't know how they could have had a trial and not show any of the videos. Like, people need to see exactly what what the prosecution is actually alleging. If I were on a jury, not that I necessarily want to see Diddy have sex, but ma'am, don't you say nothing smart. But I don't understand how a jury can make a decision on a case that's 90% about these videos and not see the videos. So, that's headline news, but I feel like we kind of already knew that, but maybe people didn't know. Maybe people didn't know. So we have a fuck around and find out stories here. You feel attacked. Thank you, Papo. The people in the comments, I was thinking the people in the chat, oh, they ignorant for not listening. No, my chat, y'all know y'all good in my chat. Y'all good in my chat. See how I get in it. I ain't even said nothing. I can hear Nene. I can hear it in my Nene voice. That jury gonna have all the tea, child. Okay. And because the trial starts less than a month, right? May, I think it was Cinco de Mayo, y'all said it's supposed to start. So the trial is starting in a month, give or take, 3 weeks, I guess. So there's going to be a lot of those little tidbits dropping over the next couple of weeks because, they have to do all the pre-trial stuff, So we're going to, and jury duty is going to be jury selection is going to be very interesting. Remember, it's federal, so there'll be no video of it. It'll be very limited. Like, I'm sure it's going to be a line every day to get in that courtroom, honey. I'm sure it's going to be a line. If I lived in New York, I probably would take off work one day and see if I could get in, child. I'm not saying that he's innocent, but why the other race is getting better treatment when they did just as worse treatment as him? I don't understand what you're asking me, Katrina. I don't know what that means, just as worse treatment as him. I don't understand what you're saying. Baby, I would definitely love to be a fly on that wall. We're going to have to find somebody that's in that courtroom and we're going to have to follow I'm not on Twitter anymore, child. I might have to mess around and get back on Twitter just for Diddy's trial so I can follow the tweets, honey, because I ain't even on Twitter no more. But I might have to get on over there just to follow the tweets. Although I might look up and find somebody on Blue Sky or TikTok or something. I don't know. Being on that jury, I would have to say a prayer going in and exiting because, Lord, what's about to come out, I don't think your average human can handle. Yeah, it was probably like being on that R. Kelly trial. That was probably very hard. Maybe the bloated orange emperor will make no. But they said that they are trying to get they have appealed to Trump to try to get these charges dropped, which I'm sure they did. We can send Mims. Child, Mims, you going? You going to New York? He might. I'm gonna call him on the back end. He might not say it in the chat. I'm gonna call him on the back end to see if he's going to New York. I might let him be my inside man. But yeah, honey, that's what's going down. But if fuck around and find out news, baby, y'all know that they've been having this tariff war going on for the last couple of 2 weeks, whatever. Child, I can't keep up. But not allegedly, child, this is real. Baby, Tesla didn't cancel orders. They didn't cancel orders of their S model and their X model. Because the tariffs are so high, child, they done called over to China and they done canceled some orders, okay? Because they can't afford the tariff, the upchuck in the tariffs. Also, Tesla has dropped, they have released a cheaper version of their Cybertruck, as you guys know. Right. I heard you said to Mims. Mims said, y'all aren't hearing me. The trial may start next month. It may not. And I would not be surprised if this trial does not happen. I'm just going to tell y'all, I may not be surprised. I would not be surprised if this trial does not happen. So Tesla has also released a cheaper Cybertruck. It's starting at $70,000. As you guys know, the Cybertruck is having a lot of problems. A lot of insurance companies will not insure the Tesla trucks. And there was a recall for all of the Tesla trucks because one of the paneling comes off as you're driving or something like that. So, what's up, Happen? What's up, lovely Nola? Didn't Trump got the Katrina? I'm not being funny, baby. I need you to look at what you're writing. I don't understand what you're saying. I want to answer your question, but I honestly don't understand what you're saying. Didn't Trump? I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying, baby. I do. I think those Cybertrucks are hideous. I don't care. All these celebrities, they paint them and they try to soup them up. They are hideous. I don't care what anybody says. People only buying them things because their Tesla, they were expensive. Those trucks are ugly as fuck. They just are. Every time I see one, I just roll my eyes. I saw one today with paper tags. I'm like, so you literally just bought that. You just went out and bought that one. It's got paper tags on it. Tesla has to be one of the most cheaply built vehicles. The Tesla news makes me smile. Me too, Kim. Me too. Well, Pissy did give Elon $10 million to invest in Twitter. They look like a dumpster. Child, I just think they're hideous. They can't sell Tesla for nothing at the moment. Yes, honey. I cringe when I see black people driving a Tesla. Well, the reality is, and it's funny, I was having this conversation with El Teddy, and he brought up a very good point. And I was like, you know what? That's true. The Biden administration actually encouraged people to buy electric. So a lot of people, they got you got tax credits. You got a tax credit for buying an electric vehicle. You got rebates and stuff. So a lot of people over the last 4 years have gone out and bought electric cars. And Tesla was at the top of that. It's not the only electric car, but it's certainly one of the top cars at the time. And, a lot of people can't just go out and afford to go trade in their car or go get a new car. Some don't want to. I understand that. But there's some who just, they can't. They're not necessarily in a position to go get a new car. So, and especially now that the Teslas are dropping in value, like you need to be one of the first ones to go get it. Now that it's dropping in value, you definitely in a lot more trouble. But the 6-year-old drew those Cybertrucks. Child, that's what it looked like. And if his stock goes down to a certain price, he's going to default. Yes. I haven't even been keeping up. I don't know where Tesla stock is these days. My ex-husband bought one before Elon showed himself. He sold it recently. He loved his car. I hated to see it sell it. I have one of my friends. She had 2 Teslas and she sold both of them. But she was in a position because she was like, and she was like, I don't even know what car I want. But she put both of her cars on Carvana. And the good thing about Carvana, I guess, once you go through the process and they approve your car, whatever, and whatever the price is that they offer, they literally come and get it like a couple of days later. So she went on Carvana a couple of weeks ago. She did whatever she needed to do. They came and got the car. She cleaned it out or whatever. And she said, I don't even know what new car I'm going to get. I have no idea what car I want, but I know I'm going to get rid of this. But she also lives in Philadelphia, right? Where she can get around without having a vehicle for, temporarily. She can temporarily, she can Uber, she can cab. Her husband had a car. I mean, she's married. They had another vehicle. He has a car, so they can share one car for a while. So there were definitely options for her. But there are other people, like my best friend, she has a Tesla and she lives out in the middle of nowhere. Like she literally lives in the boonies. And she just bought her car. So there's not a whole lot there. Now will she eventually get another car? Maybe, but right now it's just not a priority. It's just not. She said she gonna do what like some of the other people doing, just cover up the emblem. Everybody's in a different situation. Your ex went through Carvana also. Yeah, Carvana seems to be a really good place to go. Did she make a profit? I didn't ask her business. I didn't ask her that. I know that both of them were paid off. So whatever she made was money in her pocket. So I do know that. I do know they were both paid off. So, but I don't know what she made. I don't ask her those types of questions. I mean, she would tell me if I asked her. I just didn't even think about it. They look like Mad Max. We don't need another hero, right? People are vandalizing. Now, I don't agree with that. Like, I don't agree with vandalizing people's cars. I mean, only from the point of view of you're not hurting Elon. You're hurting the person who's driving that car, who, like you said, it might be their only vehicle. Like, we don't know people's story. We don't know why we feel how we feel, and that's great. But you're hurting the person who drives that car. You're not hurting Elon Musk by vandalizing somebody's car. Now, the people who are going on those car lots, you're still not hurting Elon Musk. You're hurting the person who owns that dealership. But I understand. Listen, I ain't telling nobody what to do and what not to do. I'm just saying you're not hurting the people you really trying to hurt in. Thank you, lovely 31. Come on in, boo. It's 200 of y'all in this room. Come on in. I hope we have about 170 likes. Chuck, what them likes looking like? So that is the first F around and find out. Tesla, they even said Elon Musk went to Trump and was like, he wanted a European exemption because the tariffs are hurting his company. And Trump was like, no, not going to do it. Nope. We do know that yesterday they announced that they were excusing, or there was going to be an exemption for electronic goods. But now they're saying that even that's only temporary. So look, y'all, at this point, can I just be honest with y'all about something? All we can do is roll with the punches as it relates to these tariffs. Because at the end of the day, I honestly think they're purposely manipulating the market so the rich can get richer. That's just what it is. The stocks drop. I might be able to afford to buy 5 or 6 stocks, but somebody else is buying 5,000 stocks. You know what I'm saying? So listen, them rich people fighting right now. Matter of fact, that's the next thing we're going to talk about is the rich people fighting. But we're going to get into that. We're going to get into the Koch brothers, but let's get in down in Texas. This is another F around and find out moment for all of the men who were supporting the abortion ban that live in the state of Texas. For all of the men, targeting the cars of Tesla makes other people not want to purchase Tesla cars for fear that they will happen. Protests are actually like that trickle down up. Okay, I see your point on that one, Busy. I do. I didn't think about it from that perspective. Hey, boo. Hey, Busy Boo. Hey, Busy Blue. But that is a good point. I didn't think about it from that perspective. That's a good point. Good point. It was a pump and dump. Absolutely. It was a stock market grab. Yeah. I hate this for Elon because he does do good things in other industries, but politics was the wrong move. I mean, I guess. I don't know if I agree with that, but okay. What up? Yep. So all the men's is that supported, the abortion ban down in Texas because they said that life starts at conception. Y'all remember all them men's is? Y'all remember that? So for all of those men's is that supported, life starts at conception and women shouldn't have a right to choose and there's no exemption. There's no exemption to a woman terminating a pregnancy. Y'all remember all those people? Okay, well, guess what? Down in the state of Texas, a woman was successful with suing her baby daddy for back child support to go back to the date of conception. And it is now part of the law down in the Texas that conception starts at the date. That life starts at the date of conception. Therefore, child support starts 9 months earlier. I mean, y'all, you can't have it both ways now. If life starts at the date of conception, then that's when child support should start, right? Okay. So good for y'all down there. I mean, Texas, I don't give Texas kudos for too much, but I'm gonna give y'all kudos for that one. Because I mean, you can't have it both ways. What's up, Don Boo? Don, I'm glad you're here. Don is in charge. All right, Don, I'm glad you're here.
I said, close them doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Close the doors. Urshers, I need y'all to close the doors, okay? Whenever I see Don, I'm just going to play that from now on. Don, close the doors, okay? It's 210 of y'all in the room. If you have not done so already, please hit that like button. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And remember, listen, don't, busy, you ain't going nowhere. And remember, donations are not required, but they are appreciated and they are accepted. And Don is going to have the doors closed until y'all leave y'all offering at the door. Okay? Don is collecting at the door. He going to leave them doors closed until you leave your offering. It's Palm Sunday. Leave your offering. Anyway, every time I see Don, child, I'm gonna just play that clip because that is funny to me. So thank you, Janetta. Thank you. So our last F around to find out moment for today is dealing with the Koch brothers. Now, put a 1 in the chat if y'all know who the Koch brothers are. If y'all know who, and I'm not saying COKE Koch brothers. I mean, was it KOCH Koch brothers? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all know who these brothers are. Chuck said he holding the basket. Chuck is holding the offering basket. Okay. Make sure y'all drop y'all offerings down to the basket. Okay. We take all denominations. Okay. All amounts. Oh, Quake say I work for him. Well, a lot of people work for him and don't even know. Yeah, well, one of the Koch brothers is deceased, but the Koch brothers, oh, sorry. They are, Charles Koch is the one that's still alive. They are part of the puppet masters that run our government. I mean, we're just going to call a thing a thing. I'm not oversimplifying that. I'm not exaggerating that. The Koch brothers pull the purse strings and they control mostly everything that goes on in this country. And we're just going to call a thing a thing. They own a lot of products. I remember when the Koch brothers got involved in education, they were the ones that were backing. They're the ones that were backing Michelle Reed. Y'all know how I feel about her ass. They were backing Michelle Reed in this teacher revolution that we had about 10, 15 years ago. Thank you, Busy. Busy said, Don let me out. He said, Don told me to give this offering or it's over for my. Now, Don ain't threatening nobody's life now. He ain't doing that. But he does have the door locked until y'all, drop it in. Till y'all drop it in. So let me read y'all this article that I found. This is our top F around and find out moment for today. Charles Koch funded group sues Trump over tariffs, alleging a power grab. Now, this was dated April the 8th, okay? A conservative advocacy organization founded in part by billionaire Republican mega donor Charles Koch is representing a Florida company that is using President Donald Trump. That is suing President Donald Trump for imposing tariffs on all imports from China, describing his move as an unlawful power grab. A tariff is a tax on American commerce with other countries, the New Civil Liberties Alliance wrote in this legal complaint filed on behalf of Simplified, a Florida-based business that sells organizational tools such as paper-made planners. The Constitution alleges assigns Congress exclusive power to impose tariffs and regulate foreign commerce. The New Civil Liberties Alliance, which is affiliated with prominent right-wing legal activist Leonard Leo's network, describes its mission as combating unlawful administrative power. Stand Together, the organization founded by Koch that has funded the New Civil Liberties Alliance, noted in a statement that it is not involved in the lawsuit itself. Stand Together is a if y'all believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell y'all. Anyway, Stand Together is a nonprofit funded in part by Charles Koch that has helped support the NCLA. Is not involved in the case. Again, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell y'all. Trump has issued a okay, and it just goes into the history of what Trump did with the tariffs. I think it's very interesting. What's that song? The leopard. I never thought the leopards would eat my face. I find it very interesting because let's be clear, Koch and all of his organizations control our political system, control our business. I mean, I'm gonna call a thing. Like if we were to list all of the companies that they own or that they have a majority stake in, my gosh. Yep, and the leopards are getting fat. It's a song. You never heard that song, Chuck? I never thought the leopards would eat my face. Yeah, you never heard that song? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I don't want to get a copyright on this one, but thank you, K-Fit. If you in here, K-Fit just shared my video. Thank you, my love. Thank you, my love. But when y'all, if y'all want to just y'all want to look around, y'all go and find look up the Koch brothers and just Google them and Google all the companies. Let me see. I'm gonna Google it right now. I'm gonna just give y'all a little taste of what because I remember when they were talking about boycotting the Koch brothers and they listed all the companies. I said, hell, I won't be able to go nowhere, do nothing. They own the tissue paper, the toilet paper. They own. Child, let me see. Let me see. These are some of the companies that the Koch brothers own. Georgia Pacific, Flint Hills, Guardian Industries, Investa. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to find some of the other ones because when it breaks down into what those companies make. Let me see. I can't remember because I wish I could find. I can't remember it now. But they own like the companies that make like some of the toilet paper and tissue paper. Child, they meant the investment they had in different educational businesses. Hold on, is this what I'm looking for? Let me see. Let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Let me tell y'all what they own. Paper products, Angel Soft, Brawny, Dixie, Mardi Gras, Quilted Northern, Soft and Gentle, Sparkle, Vanity Fair. When it comes to wood, they own Georgia Pacific, which is the largest plywood manufacturer in the United States. Textiles and plastics, they own Bodyguard, Stainmaster, Dicron, Lycra, Coolmax, Solamax, Thermolife. Chemicals and oil, crude oil processing, Flint Hill Resources, lots of other commodities, nitrogen. So that's just the top of the just a little bit. Let y'all know, just a little bit, okay. And they definitely have invested into a lot of educational companies, testing companies, all of those things. When they decided they were gonna get into education, child, They were making money hand over fist after No Child Left Behind, and everything was test. Just Google them, honey, and just y'all find out. Y'all Google them. It's 215 people in the chat. Thank you. Yes, hit that like button, please, and thank you. Don's, listen, don't get Don going. Y'all know, I already told y'all what he gonna do. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's just to give you guys an idea. Okay. So that's my F around and find out moment for today. A little bit. So let's talk about Coachella, and that'll take us into a little bit more of Politricks. So Coachella is going on. I believe Coachella is 2 weekends. So the first weekend was this weekend, and then we have next weekend. Of course, Coachella it's like the modern day Woodstock, right? It's an outdoor festival. It's got all of the celebrities and the different stages, and it's got all of the different events going on, and the celebrities come out and all of those things. So this weekend we had Lady Gaga, which I saw some of her performance, and she definitely did the damn thing. Like if you are a Lady Gaga fan, you would not be I don't think you would be let down. I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I like Lady Gaga, but I'm not a fan. Like I know songs by her, you know what I'm saying? But I don't own a Lady Gaga album or anything, but I do like Lady Gaga, right? I definitely don't think you would be disappointed. Tyler performed this weekend. She looked good. I think they said Tink performed this weekend. Glorilla definitely performed. Now, I don't know if you guys remember a few months ago, Tiana Taylor signed on to work with Glorilla to help with like her stage show and her stage presence to help her get ready for Coachella. And it looks like she definitely put on a show. Like I only saw a couple of clips, but y'all know I like Glorilla. So, and Tiana Taylor was definitely there in the wings. Looking, oh my gosh, Tiana Taylor looks good. I don't care what nobody say, but she was there in the wings, supporting, and I think creative director is the word they use. That word, she's a creative director. So that was definitely great. I was here for that. But the showstopper for me had to be Missy Elliott. Now, call me the old lady in the room. I know Travis Scott performed Child. I couldn't tell y'all the Travis Scott song. I don't know nothing about Travis Scott, okay? But I do know Missy. And Missy gave you a Missy Elliott performance. I watched probably 90 to 95% of her performance. I only say that because I'm sure whatever video I watched might have missed maybe something, But first of all, she came out as a transformer. The car. If y'all don't know what a transformer is, I don't know. We can have this conversation. And then we saw throughout the performance, she did many stage changes, set changes. Her dancers were on point, and she gave us all of the hits, all of the energy, all of the looks. Listen, Missy's gonna give you a show. Okay. That's why I wanted to go to that Missy Elliott concert. What was that? Last year she went on tour. I wanted to go. But baby, it was just too many concerts going on and too much money going out my pocket. I just ran out of discretionary funds. I ran out of discretionary funds, honey. Between Janet and what was that other concert I went to? It was Janet. It was two concerts I went to like back to back. And Missy, the tickets for the Missy show were on sale around that same time. And I was like, I just can't do all three of y'all right now. Somebody got to give. Damn, it was another concert. What concert did I go to? The LL, the old school concert, but it was another one. Anyway, when them tickets was due, when the money was due for the tickets, I ain't have it I ain't have it. The way my bank account was set up. Okay. That's why I never made it to Ursha. Maybe she'll come back around. She'll come back around. I'll be ready for her this time. I didn't make it to Ursha because the Ursha tickets were just ridiculous. Like Missy's prices weren't ridiculous in today's climate. You know what I'm saying? They weren't ridiculous, but it was just at a time when I was like, okay, y'all, I'm tapped. Me and my friends, we was in the group chat. I was like, y'all, I'm tapped out. Like, if y'all want to go, enjoy yourself. But baby, I'm tapped out. I'm gonna have to call Uncle on this one. I didn't know Missy was performing at Coachella. I didn't either, but only because I wasn't paying attention. Like, I don't really pay attention. Like, when they make the announcement, I guess we come down here and we talk about it. I share it with you guys, and then honestly, it kind of leaves my brain because I know I'm not going to Coachella. You know what I mean? So I don't really think about it. But they probably, I'm sure the announcement was made. I didn't know, but I wasn't really paying attention. They didn't do a good job of promoting her. Yeah, I didn't hear about it. But if I'm being honest, I couldn't have told you anybody that was performing at Coachella this year. But that's because I personally wasn't paying. Hell, I didn't even know this was the weekend of Coachella until I started seeing posts going up. I didn't even know this was the weekend. So, but that's me. That's me. Coachella has a YouTube channel. I'm sure they will show it again. Yeah, and if you're on TikTok, just type in Coachella, child. All of it'll pop up. From what I've seen, her Coachella performance was her concert. I went to the concert and it was the same concept. She could have done more with Coachella, but it was similar. Okay. She probably did. I mean, listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, honey. The Hollywood Housewives Gone Bad. Have y'all been watching that show? Thank you, Two Geeks and a Nerd. Hollywood Demons. Now, let me tell y'all something. I started watching the first episode and I could not finish it. The first episode was dealing with the dad from Seventh Heaven. See, this is the stuff that be pissing me off about stuff, right? And this might go back to what Katrina was trying to say earlier. I just didn't understand what she was saying specifically about that situation. That father from Seventh Heaven, that episode is 2 hours long. And I honestly have only looked at the first maybe 30 minutes of the episode. Baby, it was when they started talking. Maybe I'm just tapped out of pedo stories right now between all of the lawsuits over the last year and a half, whether they were true or false, whether the allegations were true or false, reading through those lawsuits and actually reading all of these people's stories about what allegedly happened to them. Maybe I am just tapped out. And I'm being very honest with you guys because I got about 30 to 40 minutes into that episode. And it's a 2-hour episode. And I knew about the allegations against the father, but I honestly didn't know all of the details because I really wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. But when that first young lady, when the first victim that they talked to, she started telling her story. And she was talking about how she was visiting her sister as a teenager. And they lived in the same apartment complex because he was an actor. His acting career was still pretty early. And her sister worked in the industry. I forgot what she said her sister did. But her sister worked in the industry. And I'm going to tell you exactly, for those of you who watched it, I'm going to tell you exactly where I cut off. Right before commercial break, she was talking about how she met him one summer. He was cool. And he took a picture with her because she had a crush on him because of whatever show he was on at the time on TV, whatever. She came back the next summer, and that's when he started trying to, I guess, groom her or whatever. She was still in high school. She was still a teenager. And he talked about how they lived in an apartment building that had a courtyard, like the apartments. It was like garden apartments, and there was a courtyard in the middle. And she talked about how he was walking through the courtyard butt naked. I knew it was going downhill from there. I knew that everything that I had watched was just like fluff, fluff, fluff. You know what I'm saying? Like fluff, fluff, fluff. And it was about to go downhill. And I clicked off, y'all, and I ain't been back. I don't know if my brain can take it right now. I don't know if I could take another story about an old man, especially an old white man, just grooming these children. And the fact that I just feel like he didn't get the same heat as Bill Cosby. And don't get me wrong, I'm not defending Bill Cosby. I just feel like Bill Cosby, and maybe because he was a bigger celebrity than this guy was, I get that. But still, I just feel like we ain't get the fever for this man that they gave. I remember them taking Seventh Heaven off of the reruns, but I remember them bringing it back very quickly. They took Seventh Heaven off, and I think like 6 months later, Seventh Heaven was back on the air. Now, I never watched Seventh Heaven. It was never a show. Even when it came on, it was never a show I was interested in watching. So I couldn't tell you nothing about the show. But I remember the reruns were on, and then they brought them back. Don't finish it. Okay, because I'm just gonna be honest, because I was gonna come down here and talk to y'all about it, because I knew we hadn't really talked about him and what he did. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I really think that maybe it's just we've been talking about that stuff for a year and a half. It's a lot. It is a lot to read these stories. And again, whether all of these allegations are true or not, reading the allegations and reading what these people are saying happened to them, it's a lot. And I got to that part because I knew then, I said, oh, now it's about to get dirty. Now they about to really get into what he did. It's called Hollywood Demons. If you have a DVR or on demand, just type in, let me see what channel it comes on, because it's still in my DVR. It's called Hollywood Demons. Hold on, let me find it for y'all, because it's in my DVR. Let me find it. It's called Hollywood Demons. Why it only had the one episode? Uh-oh. That's the only episode it has. I could have sworn I recorded the whole series. Anyway, it comes on the ID channel. It comes on the ID channel. But the episode that's coming on this week is dealing with the Real Housewives, like all of the different things that's happened on the Real Housewives. I know they're going to do this Taylor story. The woman from the first season of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, where it came out that her husband was physically abusing her, and then he ended up unaliving himself. I know that's one of the stories they're going to tell. But even the episode that they did last week, which again I did not watch, they talked about the little boy from the Hugleys. Y'all know the little if you watch D.L. Hughley's show, the Hugleys, the little boy, his son, y'all know he done turned into like a whole like serial killer, right? He's got tattoos all over his face. I think he got caught up in gang culture out there in LA. So it talked about that. And again, I was like, I don't want to see this. Because it just broke. I already knew his story. I had read about his story. It's also on Max. Okay, if you got HBO Max. It just broke my heart. It just broke my heart. And even when you see him, when I say he has tattoos all over his face. No space, no nothing. It's just his whole face is tatted. All you see is his lips. That's the only thing that's not tatted on his face are his lips. And he turned into a whole killer. I'm pretty certain he's in jail now. I don't think he was a Power Ranger. I don't remember that. I don't remember him being a Power Ranger. But yeah, so, and like I said, when I saw that episode was 2 hours long, I said, oh, I don't know if I can do this. So I turned it off and I never went back. Because like I said, I was going to come down here and talk to y'all about it, but I may watch the Housewives one, y'all. I may watch the Housewives one. That might be, last week was Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger. The show all over can get very dark. Yeah. Okay, it was about him. Yeah. I do think I'm going to watch that episode, though. And we may come down here and talk about the different housewives and the different dark stories of housewives and things of that nature. But, yeah. Yeah, I didn't think he was a Power Ranger. I didn't think so. Okay. Somehow we always be taking left turns as we going down this highway. I don't know how we always end up taking these left turns, honey. Okay, let's see. We got that. We did that. Okay, the other thing that happened at Coachella was Bernie Sanders just showed up down to the Coachella last night. Now, Bernie Sanders was in LA. Him and y'all know him and AOC are doing this. The Power Rangers episode was very interesting. Yeah, I didn't watch it. No, it was 2 different episodes. He wasn't a Power Ranger, but they did do an episode on a Power Ranger. But I don't believe he was ever a Power Ranger. I don't believe that. I don't believe he was a Power Ranger. But yeah, so they had their biggest crowd to date in LA, I think Thursday or Friday of last week. And then Bernie showed up down to the Coachella, y'all. Urging young people to get activated, to get involved, to get in them streets, honey. Bernie did what Bernie does. Listen, I don't want to go too deep off into a political conversation, but what do y'all think about what Bernie's doing? What Bernie and AOC are doing? What do y'all think? It says here, Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont delivered an impromptu speech on stage at the Coachella Music Festival in California on Saturday night, in which he implored young people to oppose Trump's policies. Sanders, who had spoken earlier in the evening at a packed rally in downtown LA, was part of a Western tour, made his comments before introducing the singer-songwriter Clario. I hope I said her name right. This is a quote from him. This country faces some very difficult challenges, and the future of what happens to America is dependent upon your generation. He said, we need you to stand up to fight for justice, to fight for economic justice, social justice, and racial justice. Yeah. He highlighted economic inequality, universal health care, threats to abortion rights, and climate change as issues demanding action. He said he had come to Coachella to thank Clario for her activism and applauded her for speaking up for women's rights in Gaza, noting that thousands of women and children have been killed in the war. So it says his appearance at Coachella is consistent with his popularity among young progressives who admire him as an uncompromising and outspoken firebrand. So what y'all think about Bernie showing up down to the Coco? It's okay as long as the end game is to prop up AOC, not for him to make him run. I don't think he's going to run. I don't think that's his plan, but I could be wrong. But I agree. I agree with you on that. I listen. We do not need Bernie Sanders trying to run for president. I mean, I like Bernie and all, but we do not. Should I find my picture of El Teddy doing his best Bernie Sanders impersonation? That is one of my, you know what? I need to make that picture, my picture on my phone when you call me El Teddy. So that's the picture that pops up. I believe that's what I need to do. Oops, somebody said Kamala had crowds too. Yeah, she did. I like it. I feel young people are being seen. Okay. I think they're to ignite people into action because the current congressmen are so silent, except for a few. I don't really like Bernie, but every little bit helps, I guess. Got it. It can't hurt. And nobody else is really speaking up. But Elon knows how to work those voting machines. Trump's words, not mine. Well, you're right. That is exactly what he said. Hold on. Have y'all seen El Teddy's impersonation of Bernie Sanders? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see if I can. I think I put it under my favorites so I could always find it. Let me look for my favorites. Did I put that picture in my favorites? So, yep, I did. That's El Teddy giving me his best Bernie Sanders impersonation. Remember when Bernie Sanders showed up to the inauguration with the mittens on and that mask and that winter bomber, and he just sat there with his arms and legs crossed the whole time? That's El Teddy giving us his best Bernie Sanders inside. Right, with the mittens. With the mittens. And I need y'all to understand it was not that cold outside. You know how I can tell you, how I can prove it was not that cold outside? Because this was Abby standing right next to him, and she doesn't even have on a coat. She doesn't even have on a coat, people. That is Abby and that is El Teddy in the same picture. That lets you know it was not that cold. It just was not that cold. He said, let me go back into the clouds. I love you, though. I love you. You have a planner sticker of that? Yes, I need that. Right. The meme of Bernie was everywhere. Exactly. It was hilarious. That Bernie was hilarious. And every time I see that picture, I just feel like El Teddy is giving me his best Bernie Sanders. He gonna cuss me all the way out. But moving right along. Love you, though. Love ya. All right, so Wendy Williams, listen, Wendy Williams has been out in them streets. She went to dinner with Don Lemon the other night. She went to dinner with her producers of the Wendy Williams show the other night. Wendy, and she's looking good. Like in these pictures, she's clearly getting hair and makeup done. She is clearly getting her hair and makeup done because she looks really good. She looks really, really good. But unfortunately, she had an experience in court last week. I'm gonna read y'all what they said happened to Wendy down to the courthouse last week. Oh no, El Teddy, come back. If you still in the bushes, I hope he didn't leave for real. Because the next thing I'm about to talk about, I want your opinion on. Anyway, judge reportedly tells Wendy Williams her career is over. A judge reportedly told Wendy Williams that her career is over at a recent hearing regarding her guardianship, according to TMZ. It's done, Judge Lisa Sokoff exclaimed, referencing the 60-year-old's time on screen and on air. Judge also allegedly accused Williams' niece, Alex Fine, of leaking information to the media and threatened her with sanctions for future conduct. The source also claimed that the judge called Williams' family no good. The tabloid reported that the famed commentator was hurt by the remarks. That's interesting to me. Like, oh, he mad. El Teddy, I love you. We getting ready to do shit we didn't ask for, and I want your opinion on one of the categories. You'll know what it is. Just hold on for a few minutes, please. Love you though. There needs to be some action. That just seems to be so unprofessional for a judge to be presiding and make those comments, calling your family. I mean, this isn't Judge Judy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we expect to get that stuff from Judge Judy, but we know that Judge Judy is making a television show, right? To say your family is no good and your career is over. And I just can't see that any of that is professional. You know, the judge is working with them people. It seems like it, right? It definitely seems like the judge is working with them people. Okay. Free Wendy, disbar that judge, and jail the guardian. Okay. Xavier, I guess he done summed that thing up in one line, honey. He done summed it up. It wasn't relevant to I just don't understand why that was appropriate. Why that was appropriate. I don't think that was appropriate at all. Just disrespectful. Rude and disrespectful. So we get ready to go. I have a couple of shits we did not ask for. For those of you that are new, it's 225 of y'all in the room. If you are new here, we have a category here that we like to call shit we did not ask for. Now, if you are a member, meaning you are lit up in green, you have your emojis for you to play along. But if you do not have your emojis, you can still play. Okay. You're going to participate in the chat. When I tell you what it is, you're going to put a 1 in the chat if it's something you asked for. You're going to put a 2 in the chat if it's something you did not ask for. And you're going to put a 3 in the chat if it's just a hell no. Okay? You're going to put a 3 in the chat if it's a hell no. So 1, 2, 3. And again, if you are a member, you have emojis. You have your emojis. Okay? So the first thing I want to give you guys, this is an easy one. I feel like every summer we have this conversation when it comes to shit we did not ask for. I feel like every summer we sort of have this conversation. Hold on. Now I got to get back. Now I got to get back to the right pictures because I was fooling with El Teddy. Wendy's unveils new Frosty Swirls and Fusions featuring Oreo, Pop-Tarts, and more. So there's a new Frosty Swirl menu for the summer. I'm sure it's for the summer. Where you got Pop-Tarts and M&Ms and Oreos and all of the things. Is this something y'all would be interested in trying for the summer? I like me a good Frosty. Yeah, it says Pop-Tarts. Let me go to the original post. Let me see what I can read. Let me see. Here it is right here. Let me read the whole thing. It says Wendy's is reimagining one of the most iconic menu items, the Frosty, with a new lineup of dessert mashups. It announced the 2 new sweet offerings. It will be available starting April the 11th, and it will be on the mobile app starting April 11th, and it'll be in restaurants April the 15th. Frosty's Fusions launching on May the 12th. Wait a minute, what? It will hit the Wendy's mobile app on April the 11th and arrive in restaurants April the 15th. And Frosty Fusion. Oh, okay. They're having 2 different things. Frosty Fusions is being released on May the 12th. Frosty Swirls add a flavorful twist to the classic vanilla chocolate with sauces. The 3 new varieties include strawberry Frosty Swirl with juicy strawberry sauce, caramel Frosty Swirl, and brownie batter Frosty Swirl. Okay. And they said, nope, but I rarely eat there. Lord. And then it says, for fans who love texture and bold mix-ins, Frosty Fusion takes things up a notch by blending sauces and crunchy ingredients right into the Frosty. The Pop-Tart Strawberry Frosty Fusion combines strawberry sauce with pieces of strawberry flavored Pop-Tarts. The Oreo, I'm sure we know what the Oreo is. We don't need to explain that. And then the Caramel Crunch Frosty is a caramel sauce with crispy toffee bits. Ooh, I might try that one. I like that. I like the caramel bits. Mm-hmm. You tried the fried pickle wings from Popeyes. They were good. I didn't know they had fried pickle wings. I knew they had fried pickles, and I knew they had the sandwich with the pickle sauce. They got wings? Oh, yes, I did. I'm telling a lie. I knew that. Yes, I did. They were good. Okay. Oh, Lord, DB says, sounds like an amputation ready to happen. Damn. Not LT. You know what? See? They gonna get me in trouble even more. Candy bracelets originated in the early 90s. The first people to make and wear candy bracelets were drug dealers who wore them too. Huh? I don't even know what you're talking about, novelty expressions. You must be talking to somebody else in the chat. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think I might try that after Lent. I told you I gave up sweets for Lent, and I've done almost good. I ain't gonna lie and tell y'all 100%. Now, I haven't eaten any cakes or cupcakes, which is really my biggest weakness. My biggest weakness is cupcakes and cakes, and I have not had any cupcakes and cakes. However, I will be a lie to tell y'all that I have not eaten a cookie or 2. But I gave up sodas for Lent, and I gave up sweets. So I have not had a soda. And like I said, only thing sweets I have had a couple of Biscoffs. I just have. Anyway. I need a caramel frosty, but I need an IV pump of insulin. Child. My weakness is chips. Chips are not a big deal. Like, I could buy a bag of chips and it could sit in this house for weeks. It's not a big thing for me, but definitely sweets, child, sweets. And you gave up alcohol for Lent? What? Okay, girl. I'm proud of you. Did you keep it up? Now, the next shit we did not ask for, and this is what I want, El Teddy, this is what I want your opinion on. Matter of fact, if you want to come up and have this conversation, you can, because I'm sure you have something to say. Child, they are getting ready to remake The Bodyguard, and I did not ask for that. I did not ask for that. Those of you, so if you want them to remake The Bodyguard, or you're okay with them remaking The Bodyguard, put a 1 in the chat. If you are not okay, put a 2 in the chat. And if it's a hell no, put a 3 in the chat. And I'm talking about the Kevin Costner, Whitney Houston Bodyguard, in case y'all were confused about what I was talking about. First of all, let's start from the beginning and work our way forward. The best thing about the original Bodyguard was the soundtrack. We're just going to call the thing a thing. The best thing, okay, I'm going to drop the link just for El Teddy. The best thing about the original Bodyguard was the soundtrack. Because as much as I love me some Whitney Houston down, her acting was not that great, and the storyline was not that great. Remember that The Bodyguard was a movie that had bounced around Hollywood for years. I think originally it was supposed to star, like, I forgot who originally was supposed to star, but some people from the 70s. I think Chris Christopherson or somebody. Like, that movie had been bouncing around for years. And then they brought in Whitney Houston because, of course, she was the biggest thing going. This was her major acting debut, because she had been in like TV shows and stuff. Like, she was on Give Me a Break and shit. But this was her acting debut. And for those of us who were around when it happened, like, they made it out to be just this, it was the event of the year. And in my opinion, the movie really wasn't all that great. Like, her acting wasn't great. The movie wasn't great. Now, that soundtrack was off the motherfucking hook. El Teddy, how do you feel about them remaking The Bodyguard?
I have to echo what you have said. The storyline was god awful. It was awful. It was an awful movie, but we loved the singing. But the movie was. Now, I'm not going to say Whitney Houston's acting was as bad as Beyonce's acting, but Whitney Houston was awful in Bodyguard. She was in Waiting to Exhale. Her best role was the preacher's wife.
It was.
And that's because of her, she's from the church. So that wasn't, that far-fetched for her to play that part. But the rest of that, I mean, and then what are you going to do with the soundtrack? Or are you just not going to have a soundtrack? Because what you're not going to do is have somebody else just re-sing those songs and think you're going to put that back out. That's what you're not going to do. That's really what you're not. And well, let me ask you this, really, B. Did you ever listen to the second half of the soundtrack? Because most of us stopped on the first half after the Whitney songs. And then when the other, it was like,
oh no, the whole soundtrack.
Like
the whole soundtrack is a bop.
I don't even remember listening to the other songs from other people, because it was like 4 or 5 songs from other people. And I just can't remember what they are at this point. I don't remember listening to them. But I'm just saying,
Aaron Neville had a song on there. Michelle Visage can't stop telling us that her group had a song on there. It was another
like
group.
I didn't listen to the other people.
Yeah, but I did. So who do you think, since it's already been greenlit, so it's happening? Who do you think they could get to play? Who do you think they could get to play Whitney?
I mean, if you want it to be as awful as it was, get Beyonce. Why not?
Absolutely not.
I mean, it'll be just as horrible. Who else really be? Who else are they gonna put into it? And it can't be. It has to be someone that's a singer, and it has to be someone that's a singer that's not a good actress. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, or do like they do on the Grammys. Have your girl Jennifer Lopez. Girl, just be disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, Keke Palmer can sing. Like, she could do it. Coco Jones, she can act and sing. I mean, there are a lot of people that can act and sing.
Coco Jones is a little better of an actress than Whitney was at that time.
Well, I mean, they don't have to make her a bad actor, El Teddy.
I just feel like if you're going to redo it, it needs to be a bad actress. I'm just saying.
I just think they don't need to redo it. How about that?
Right,
like,
exactly.
I mean, I just don't.
I could see Coco, though. I really could see Coco. Now that you say Coco Jones, her doing that, I really could, because she loves to do covers, and I could see them having her redo the soundtrack, because she like, now I'm gonna read her and lay her all the way out if she does try to redo the soundtrack. But I could see Hollywood propping her up, so maybe her career can get bigger, maybe. Like,
no, ma'am. I do not. Listen, I'm sorry. No disrespect, Queen Rob, but I do not endorse Cynthia Erivo for anything. Sorry. Not sorry. I don't. Speaking of which, she's got an album coming out. You about to go cop that? The Cynthia Erivo album? Okay.
I am.
Okay. Let me know how that works. Let me know how that sounds to you.
Okay. I'll see what it's about. I don't, there are not a lot of Broadway girls who make the transition to try to put out an album that does. I mean, Heather Headley, her album was pretty good. I did like that. But I don't even remember that one album from Heather Headley. But I thought she did good. Who else am I thinking about? Well, Stephanie Mills did well.
Yeah.
Melba Moore did well. So it can happen if you have the right machine behind you that can do that. So, I mean, I don't count Fantasia because Fantasia was already doing music before she went over to Broadway. So, yeah. But I think Coco would be the best one.
Dollface, El Teddy never misses a chance to bring Beyonce into something, child. He just...
Wait, what happened?
They said, how did Beyonce get in it? And I said, El Teddy never misses a chance to bring Beyonce.
Well, we were talking about singers who are bad actresses. So that includes. Yeah.
If she wasn't so problematic, Tamar. Do we know if Tamar can act, though? Have we seen her act?
In anything? I'm trying to think.
I'm not even being funny. I don't know if Tamar.
Because I don't know that I've seen Tamar in anything. I think I'll go with Coco. That's my if they're gonna do it because we've seen Coco do an okay job in Bel Air. I mean, but that's not a stretch. I mean, she's not exactly flexing her acting muscles on that show. So I don't know. That's a good question, really, B. Speaking of shit we did not ask for, did you hear about the breast milk ice cream?
We talked about that, and yeah, I don't know who asked. Nobody asked for that.
Nobody
asked for that.
I don't want ice cream involved with any bodily fluids at all.
Yes.
Now she acts like she's a victim. You know what? No, Tawana, Heather Headley is really good, but I think Heather Headley maybe aged out. I think they're going to want to have somebody younger.
Yeah, I think they want, and that's why I was going with younger because I think they'll want younger.
I think they're going to want somebody younger. So I feel like Heather Headley would be aged out. So
yeah.
Anything else we did not ask for? That's all in this.
That was it. I only have one last story, and then we're gonna get out of here, child. Somebody asked me why don't I particularly care for Heather Headley. I don't particularly care for Heather Headley because she's just over her tenure. She's made, in my opinion, a lot of problematic statements about Black actresses and Black culture. A lot of people outside of America really.
You mean Cynthia Erivo?
What did I say?
You said Heather Headley.
Lord, I meant Cynthia Erivo. Lord, I didn't mean Heather Headley. But a lot of people outside of America seem to just not have a respect for Black American culture. And over time, she's made some, in my opinion, problematic statements. And I know she's addressed them, but you said them. And it is what it is. I don't take nothing away from her talent. That woman is talented beyond measure. She absolutely is. But
yeah, not Heather Headley, y'all. That is not Heather Headley.
I misspoke.
Heather Headley ain't do nothing but sing her face off down to the Broadway. Okay, that's all she done did.
Yeah, but she's definitely talented. I saw her in the original. I saw her when she was in The Color Purple on Broadway.
Yeah, I did too.
And I thought she, oh my gosh, like she had me in tears. Okay, don't get me wrong. The woman is definitely talented. And I know that for some people, they say, well, isn't there a time limit when people say things, yada, yada, yada? I mean, I guess.
Well, when I hear my Black queens and they say I don't deal with Cynthia Erivo, I say, ma'am, I gotta go with what you tell me because I can't tell a whole community how to feel when somebody disrespects them. You know what I'm saying? And I know that she said some things about Black women. Just like, you know, I know how if somebody say something about the Rainbow Coalition compound, you know, I may feel some kind of way and it may not hit somebody else the way it hit me, you know. So hey, that's that. Because some people be like, it's to the dirt. I know how you cancers out. You know, you cancers.
You know.
Speaking of which,
I also think that Cynthia Erivo is a home wrecker, but that's a personal thing. That ain't had nothing to do with her talent.
Well, I think Lena Waithe already stepping out, and Cynthia Erivo just happened to be one of the ones that stuck. But that's
here's the thing. I do not give damn it.
Lena Waithe?
Yes. I don't give Lena Waithe the pass because at the end of the day, Lena Waithe was the one that cheated. I do not give her a pass at all. And Lena Waithe definitely cheated more than once. I mean, she definitely cheated more than once. But I just think that, you know, I look at that and I'm like, damn, because they were literally smiling in that woman's face, having a whole affair. And I'm just like, damn, like y'all, that was. And again, I don't know the inner workings of everybody's personal situation, but from the outside looking in, it was. I don't know.
Do you think it was as bad as
they're still together? They are still together.
Do you think it was as bad as Alicia stealing that woman's husband Swiss Beats from that woman?
I would put it on the same level.
Well, from what I understood from people that I know that are close to them, they said that woman was already checked out anyway. She was about to leave him anyway. That don't make it right. That don't make it any better.
Yeah. Xavier, I disagree. You can wreck a home that's on shaky ground. Yes, it's on shaky ground, but that doesn't make it okay for you to come in and push it over.
Yeah, you can wreck a home. Trust me, as a card carrying member of Home Wreckers are us. Yeah, you can wreck up.
Alicia. Okay, Nate said Alicia took the cake because she was a bridesmaid. Now that is a little, yeah.
That's why she can't sing now. That's why that voice ain't never coming back.
Baby, she's definitely getting her karma that came.
Baby, listen. And hey, y'all, now I know Really B done already did this, but y'all make sure y'all come to the cruise. If you have not already booked your cabin, y'all gonna be mad that y'all were not there. Come and hang out with me and Really B because we're gonna be at the bar. I'm gonna have on a different hat every 2 hours. And Really B can attest to that. Really B gonna be hanging out in the pool because that's what she likes to do.
I already told y'all when we go to Perfect Day at Coco K, I'm gonna be in the adult section at the swim up bar with the DJ all day long. That's where I'm gonna be. And y'all can go get on the jet skis, and y'all can go to the water park. Y'all can do the other things. There's a lot of things to do at Coco K. I'm just telling y'all where I'm gonna be.
I'm just saying, when we get to Bahamas, I'm just going to be engorging myself with conch all day. Really B knows that's all I need. I might go see some of my well, we won't be with my family. My family's on Cat Island and Lutheran, so I won't get to see my family. But I know some people in Nassau, and that's where we're going, Nassau.
Yeah, it's Nassau.
Okay, yeah, I know some people in Nassau, so I'm
probably not even gonna get off the boat. What I'm probably gonna do the day that we go to Nassau, I'm gonna go to the adult pool and hang out at the adult pool because I don't need to get off the ship. I'm good.
I just might go and see some.
But I know what you want. You gonna go get you. So I know what you gonna go do.
Yes.
But do you know we have over 20 people, so there'll be plenty of people doing different things. Like I said before, we are not joined at the hip. I'm gonna tell y'all where I'm gonna be, and if y'all want to be there with me, that's fine. If not, baby, we will catch up. We will see each other, okay? But okay. Because I know like last time, like they have Senor Frogs down there in Nassau. You can go over to the Atlantis. Like there's plenty of things to do in Nassau.
Yeah.
I've just done them all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and my thing is,
I'm only going. I'm going for one reason and one reason alone. I'm going to get my conch. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
But that's what I'm saying. Because me and Cruiser were going to get off the ship and go down to Senor Frogs when we went to Nassau back in February, and it started raining, and we got back on the ship, and she said, "You know what? I'm glad it started raining." She said, "Because why would we get ready to ride down to Senor Frogs to pay for liquor when we got it for free here? I mean, we already paid for it on the ship, and we went to the bar and had ourselves a good time down to the bar, okay? While it was pouring down raining outside, nobody did anything in Nassau."
Chuck Stovall. I'm not a whore like people make me out to be. Really, you don't remember when I was in when we were in Turks and Caicos, what was I eating all the time when we went out there to the little festival? What was that? Where was I at? Getting me some conch. Not cock, conch.
But I'm still stuck on you saying that you're not a whore.
I'm not.
Moving right along. Let's get to this last story. We're gonna do this last story and then we get ready to get out of here. We're gonna do this, sir. We're gonna do this last story and then we get ready to get out of here. Now, Mr. Ray, y'all know Mr. Ray from College Hill and Love and Marriage. Love and Hip Hop LA. Y'all remember Mr. Ray? You remember him, El Teddy? You remember Mr. Ray? So y'all know this new show coming on Bravo called, what's it called? Bravo Kids or some shit? I don't know. He said that he actually pitched this show to NBC Universal. Now I'm gonna read y'all what he said. He said, "I was going to sit quiet, but not too much. Pitched my project, #NextGen Hollywood, to NBC Universal in June of 2024. They passed on it, saying that they already had Making It in Manhattan. Now here comes Next Generation NYC after having my pitch deck and trying to reach my talent. Hollywood is so cute, LOL." So then he's also said, "My thing is, you've been trying to make that show happen for almost 2 years, but didn't take my show's name after my pitch. You see my attached talent." Then he went on to say, somebody said, "Well, is there a law?" This is all on Twitter, y'all. "Is there a lawsuit? Can you make a post about my blog page?" Oh, this is some asking again. They post about it. So he said, "They've been notified by production company. I'm awaiting to see what their response is before I put these degrees to work." So then he posted the picture of the alleged talent that he had lined up for his show. Now, these are people that he's saying he had already had them agreed. They were going to agree to do the show. So the concept is the same, right? It's a parent that's in a celebrity and then the child. So look at the people that he allegedly had lined up, because I can't confirm this. Child, who is this? Brandy and her daughter, LL Cool J and his daughter, T-Boz and her daughter.
Wait, how old is Brandy's daughter? Isn't she like?
She's in college.
That's what
I think she's graduating this year from college.
I thought she grown.
Nene Nash, Lord. Nene Nash. Niecy Nash.
Oh, girl.
And her daughter, Yo-Yo and her daughter, Mike Epps and his daughter, Shaq and his daughter, and I don't know who this is. Oh, I think it's one of the, which one is this? Is this Future? Which rapper boy is that, y'all? Who's that?
Baby, I don't know. I don't know these people.
Well, whoever that is, and that's his daughter. Now, according to Mr. Ray, he's saying that he pitched this show to NBC last year, and that these are the people that he had, that I guess had agreed to be a part of the show. And he said they even took my name because he pitched Next Generation Hollywood, and they took, that's Ty Dolla $ign. Thank you, because I didn't know that person. Oh, Ty Dolla $ign and his daughter. And he said, he said not only did they take with the show, they took my damn name. It's called Next Generation NYC. He said they didn't even get original about it. Now, if he does have a pitch deck and he has proof of this meeting that took place a year ago, I mean, I feel like a lawyer would take that case.
But my point really is Mr. Ray is not new to this. Mr. Ray is a trailblazer in the LGBTQ plus community, because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he one of the first openly gay people on reality TV way back in the College Hill days, way back 25 years ago, probably by now? And my point is, he's been in Hollywood so long, you know, they do this all the time. Big fish eat little fish. That's what happens. And if you ain't already got all of your paperwork in place and ready to go, and you tell the wrong person, next thing you know, you see your whole idea. I mean, this is the quintessential story of anybody that's been down to Hollywood for 2.5 seconds. So him putting this out there like, oh my God, woe is me. And like he hasn't seen this happen a million times over the course of his career. I don't know what to tell you, sir. I really don't. And I mean, did he copyright it? Did he do the old school way? You know how old school people would mail something to themselves and say that was the
right. The poor man's copyright. The poor man's copyright.
So I mean, I don't know what you want from us, sir, because we can't help you. We can't do nothing for you. I ain't even got a lawyer to tell you to talk to. So, sir.
I don't know. So look, this just popped up. We really are about to get off of here, but I just thought I would let the people know. It says that Louis Vuitton is struggling to find qualified skilled workers at its Texas facility. Who knew they made Louis Vuitton in Texas? The brand is paying $17 an hour to produce made in USA bags to appease Trump's tariffs. I don't even know.
What do you want from us?
I'm about to say at this point, I don't even know what to say at this point.
I'm not going over there working for $17 an hour like I'm still in high school or something like that. That's what I'm not going to do.
Yeah, I'm just not. Manufacturing is not coming to America. Right. Say that for the people in the back. Yeah. Yeah. Nobody is sitting in a factory in Texas making Louis Vuitton bags. Ming Lee said I can get the bag for $250. Child. Well, China is exposing all of these luxury brands and letting y'all know that everything y'all thought y'all was getting from somewhere else is coming from China. So remember, what was that website that I ain't gonna lie, I used to order stuff off of there. What was it called? Something deep. What was it called, y'all? It wasn't AliExpress. It was that other place. Where it was almost like different people, and they had the different bags, and they had all of the like knockoff luxury Gucci, Louis, all that stuff. I never ordered a purse off of there, but I did order like stuff that, like, I think I ordered a pair of earrings. DH Gate, that's it. DH Gate. DH Gate. Yep.
Well,
I said I'm gonna start going back over to DH Gate then. Shoot, I ain't been over there in a long time, but hell, they might start getting my money again. Shit. So, but anyway.
But do you think that's going to mess up the quality of it? Because I don't think that in America, if you ain't paying these people no money, they're not going to put, I feel like things going to fall through the cracks. The quality is going to suffer. This is America. We don't be trying to work like that. I'm just saying.
Child, that's them black jobs that Donald Trump was talking about. He thought if he deported all of the immigrants that black people was going to take them jobs, because I guess he didn't know that we already had other jobs. I don't know. But yeah, those are the black jobs that Donald Trump thought that
because he doesn't read statistics and doesn't know that a higher percentage of black people are credential holders and have some type of either college degree or some type of certification and have decent jobs than the percentage of white people. You know what I'm saying? But, go on our statistics these days.
Yeah.
Well, all right, y'all. Even though you tried to embarrass me, I'm not embarrassed. I still got those.
I don't think you should be embarrassed by that. That is who you are. But
like
it just you look. I wasn't trying to embarrass you. You really look like Bernie Sanders in that picture.
It was 25 degrees that day.
It was not 25 degrees that day. The fact that Abby was standing next to you with no jacket on at all shows you it was not.
Maybe she just don't get cold like that, but it was 25 degrees. Ask Abby.
El Teddy just get cold, y'all. El Teddy got that old lady turn the heat on 90. That's El Teddy. His hotel room, the heat be on 90.
It don't be on 90, but it might be on 78.
Yeah. Factory jobs aren't coming back to American companies will invest in automation and do whatever they can to save the labor benefit costs. Ciao.
Child, tomorrow I'm gonna dog walk your girl Gretchen Whitmer because they already dog walking her on social media. So I'll be laying her out tomorrow. She was trying to hide. You can't hide, honey. We saw you. And they paraded you right out there. I don't need no more iron. My iron is fine. Xavier, ain't nothing wrong with my iron.
It probably does need some help.
So,
all right, y'all. We're about to get out of here. Don't forget, I'll be back at 9:15-ish to talk about these Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know y'all can catch El Teddy daily on his Run Your Mouth over there. What were you going to say?
See if I could talk Abby into doing a live about The Last of Us.
Okay. And I think they're in the group chat trying to figure out. I didn't look at the lip sync thing on Friday, so I don't. But we have missed the last 2 episodes, so I guess we need to have a we need to do a live.
I'm caught up. I am caught up.
Well, I'm not caught up, but I mean, y'all can go without me. I ain't gonna be mad about it because I gotta watch the Housewives. But if y'all do it tonight, but if not, if y'all do it at some point during the week,
try to do it like 30 minutes.
Yeah. All right. Whose channel is it on?
I don't know. I'll look and see. Somebody got to do it. I think it might be Kiss My Cheeks. So
all right, so y'all be over Kiss My Cheeks to get the update on the Real Housewives. I mean, Lord, not the Real Housewives. RuPaul's Drag Race and things. It was a humiliation ritual for Gretchen. Oh wow.
They humiliated her, and she got what you got what you deserved. You went over there, and they embarrassed you, and now you're getting dog walked. All
right. Well, El Teddy's gonna break it on down tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We will see y'all there. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.